Okay, so I'm going to talk about these early clocks produced by GE Telecron. These are the ones pre-1932. They use this big B rotor right here. So what I like to do is I like to use the language that GE Telecron used for the parts in their clocks. I don't have an exploded view of one with the B rotor. This is a little bit different. This one right here is for the later H3. So notice this rotor right here, this is the H. But when we look at this, the ones that we're talking about in this time-only B rotor clock, these are the names that I call them by. So if you look at number 4, it says the hour hand sleeve assembly. I call that the hour hand sleeve. This is number 5 is the minute hand sleeve assembly. I call it the minute hand sleeve. When we're looking at one of these clocks, they're not complex at all. What we're going to have is we're going to have the minute hand sleeve and the hour hand sleeve. And what's going to happen is we're going to put the hour hand sleeve right on top of the minute hand sleeve. Now, in some of them, and it seems to be the earlier ones, what they did was they threaded this end of the minute hand sleeve. And now what's very common is for part of this to break off. And Jim, that's the situation you've got with the second clock that you sent me, the picture of the second clock you sent me. That's what's going on. So the best thing is to replace this part right here. So, and we take care of that. But, so we call this a back plate, okay, if we refer to what GE Telecron, the terms they use. This is the back plate. And there's going to be a gear set shaft, okay? This is staked on the later clocks. But with these earlier B rotor ones, they, if not always, typically have this shaft. So the way it works is the minute hand sleeve goes in there, that engages right there with the time set shaft, these two gears. And then the hour hand sleeve goes on top of that. And what you have to do is you have to take the B rotor and put it through the back, and it's got to go through both the minute hand sleeve and the hour hand sleeve. There's not a separate sleeve for that like there is on the later H rotor. So what you're showing me, Jim, is some movements that do not have the rotor. Okay, but this is how it would be done, and that right there, the only thing left then is the power indicator, okay, which isn't geared to this at all. But the way this is designed is you put the clock together like this, and you have this front plate right here, and sometimes they go in with metal tabs you have to bend over, and sometimes they use little screws, and it looks like yours has little screws. So you put this on so it lines up with a hole there with the power indicator. And then the next thing you would do after that, once you got that all together, is put on the face. And then you put on the hands. Now, these early hands that use this threaded minute hand sleeve, they have the hour hand, okay, is just a circle, and it presses on to the hour hand sleeve. But the minute hand sleeve it's not round. It's this sort of oblong shape which goes over a threaded minute hand sleeve like that. And then it's necessary to take this nut and screw it down on top of the minute hand. That's what the minute hand sleeve is threaded to receive. And by the way, I'm using parts from different clocks to show this. These hands don't go with this clock. So anyway, that's the deal. So to get your clocks running, you'd have to have a coil that was good. You'd have to have a rotor that was good. For clock number 2, you would need this minute hand sleeve, which is threaded on the end. Later on, the G Telechron is going to use hands with they both press on. Okay, so it doesn't use the nut or anything like that. They also are going to switch. The minute hand sleeve is going to go from one that's threaded to one that isn't. So this is the right one for what you're showing me. And if you have, if you happen to have the hands for the clock that you're showing me, then it should require this this setup with the threaded hour hand sleeve, or I mean minute hand sleeve. So that's the deal. And as far as it goes, Jim, and I can get you this, and I can get you this. I think you're going to need 2. Your other doesn't seem to have that nut there. Somebody removed it, unless you kept it somewhere. And you're going to need a good coil. Coils probably are good on the ones you have, or I don't know if you have them or not. Those aren't as hard to find. The rotors, you're going to have rotors that have been re-oiled, most likely, because at this point in time, if they're original and they haven't been re-oiled, they're going to be really noisy and loud. So that's the whole thing, and you can hit me back and just tell me what you think, and tell me what you want to do. Okay, bye.